Good evening, friends. Welcome to a very rare Wednesday night Playalong Bluegrass Jam. Thank you for adjusting your schedules to accommodate. And those of you who are picking along after the fact on the archives, hey, you can do it anytime. That's the beauty of this. Okay, this is the slow tempo set. I am here. I'm going to double check on the live streams and we'll get to it. So, the big news of the day is that I released the video for the Goat Canyon Trestle. We released the song last week, and I'm so happy about how that turned out, and I'm just so happy about all of the support and all of the spins. It actually got added to an official Spotify playlist, and that's a cool thing. We got a bunch more followers on Spotify, which is a very big deal for artists to get recognized on Spotify. I know people, talk about how unfair the payouts are and all that kind of thing, but still, if we have a lot of followers on Spotify, it really helps our value in the music scene. So anyway, thank you all for getting behind the new single, and I really hope you watch the video. My sister and I hiked out there last week, and it was a long hike. It was 16 miles. I carried the guitar the whole way through the desert. We had lovely conditions, and when you're doing that, you actually have to... Here's a pro tip. If you're ever going to film a music video that you're syncing up to the album track, make sure you relearn your parts, I had to make sure I had the solo note for note so the fingers would line up and the kickoff and all the parts of the song. So we did that, and I was up till about 2:30 a.m. editing the video and putting it all together so I could post it this morning. And I'm just so excited about how good it looks. We shot the whole thing on my iPhone. All of the performance clips and the hiking clips and all of the stuff. I'm coming in hot here. I had a real busy day, mostly because of that video release this morning, and so I'm not in tune yet. But then I was able to acquire drone footage from a nice fella, Brad, who... There's so many videos about the Goat Canyon Trestle, people hiking to it, doing little documentaries, and, it's just such a cool historic landmark. And so there's lots of videos out there where people have nice drone footage, and I contacted so many of these YouTube channels asking if I could buy their drone footage, because I don't have a drone. And I needed those aerial shots of the bridge, So one nice fella, he's like, well, let me hear the song. Most people didn't get back, but this guy did. And so I played him the song. He says, oh, that's great. I was in the music business for a long time. I'm a drummer. And I'll send you the clips and just give me credit for them. So that really put the video over the top, having those drone clips in there. So check out the video for Goat Canyon Trestle, please. It's right here on my YouTube channel. And we're going to get started with the Wabash Cannonball, and we're just going to get right after it here. Remember that this is a play-along jam. I'm giving you just a brief run-through of the song. I'm not here to actually teach it to you. You got to kind of figure that stuff out on your own. And sorry, still clicking windows open here. But this is as if we're in a jam session at my house, and here I am fixing your hair. Okay, sorry, I had to get that angled a little bit lower. And you're just kind of knowing what you know and learning what you have to learn on the fly. And we're going to have plenty of opportunities to play along with each other. Rhythm and lead parts, trading back and forth. And that's how this is going to go. Okay. So here we are, Wabash Cannonball. I've got a little click track going. And I always use the number system. Well, most of the time I use the number system. So G is your 1 chord in the key of G, C is your 4 chord, and D is your 5 chord. And that 1, 4, 5 just relates to whatever key you're in, because sometimes we're in different capo positions, sometimes instruments are in different tunings, etc. So that's the common thread, is what scale degree is the chord. So Wabash Cannonball goes like this. 1 and 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5, 5 and a 1, 1 and 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5, 5 and a 1. I would kick it off like. So that's one of the quintessential Americana melodies. You just got to know it. And I sing the verses, but then I use the second verse as a chorus. So listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar. I'm going to sing that as a chorus after every other verse. Okay, let's jump on the Wabash Cannonball. It's a railroad song kind of day, right? So you're going to kick us off here in the key of G, and I hope you're singing along. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the queen of the flowy mountains to the south bells by the shore. She's mighty tall and handsome, she's known quite well by all. She's the combination called the Wabash Cannonball. Chorus. So listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar, as she flies along the woodland, o'er the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobos call. We're traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. I'm gonna play it now. The eastern states are dandy, so the people always say. From New York to St. Louis and Chicago, by the way. Way up in Minnesota, where the rippling waters fall, no chances can be taken on the Wabash Cannonball. So listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar, as she flies along the woodland, o'er the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobos call. We're traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. Play. Well, she came down from Birmingham one cold December day. As she rolled into the station, you could hear all the people say, "Here's a girl from Tennessee, she's long and she's tall." She came down to Birmingham on the Wabash Cannonball. Woo-hoo. So listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, as she glides along the woodland, o'er the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobos call. We're traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. Okay, we're off and rolling now. Rolling along nice and slow there on the Wabash Cannonball. We are in the slow jam, of course. It's going to pick up in tempo as we go through the evening here into the mid-tempo set and the fast set. You'll notice there's a couple songs, at least one, that exists in both the slow and the fast sets, Fire in the Mountain. Sometimes I like to do that and encourage folks to stick around for the faster tempos and find ways of adjusting your playing to be able to hang at fast tempos. And we'll talk more about that as we go. But anyway, here we are, cozy, nice, slow, which isn't that comfortable for some of us, right? It's a good exercise for me, slowing a lot of these songs way down. Okay, time changes everything. Is that... Yep, that's next. Okay. Here we go. Key of G. And a 1 and a 1 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 1. 1 and 1. 4 and a 4. 1 and a 5 and 1. I might kick it off like this. Something like that. And time sure does change everything, right? Go ahead and kick us off in the key of G. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. There was a time that I thought of no other, and we sang our own love's refrain. Our hearts beat as one while we had our fun, but time changes everything. When Mother Nature does wonderful things. I guess that it's true for me and for you, for time changes everything. You can change the words of an old song, rearrange it and make it swing. I never thought I would get over you, but time changes everything. Play. Let's take it around a couple times. Play it again. So good luck to you, may God bless you. I can't say I won't love again, but you've gone your way, and now I'll go mine, for time changes everything. Just couldn't help but throw in a little bit of that Bob Wills style swing stuff in there. That came from Bob Wills, Texas swing era, but bluegrassers have done it. You know, Bill Monroe did a pretty straight ahead bluegrass version of that. Okay, now we're getting on to Fire on the Mountain, Run Boys Run. I just figured, hey, well, I was looking at a brush fire right out the window. We could see the flames. Last week, it was a scary, scary month here in Southern California, where I still am here for the next couple weeks before I head back to Colorado. And I tell you what, I mean, whatever it is you believe, fire danger is becoming extreme. And as are other weather-related events. That's all I'm going to say. So y'all be safe and be prepared out there for all of these changes that have been happening over time, right? So I was inspired to get back into this tune, Fire in the Mountain. It's a fun tune for playing really fast. That's usually how it goes. But anyhow, we were up there looking at these flames, and I was picking the tune, and then thank God the rains came a couple days later. The fire was not contained yet. It was, I mean, not far from the house, 10 miles or so. And we had these Santa Ana wind conditions where the wind comes from the desert, and it's dry and blows, and it was going away from the house, thank goodness, but then things were shifting and it was coming toward us, and anyway, then the rain came. Hallelujah. So here we go, Fire in the Mountain. This goes like this. Let me get the click on. It's in A. We'll go nice and slow here. And a 5 and a 1. 5 and a 1. Again. 5 and a 1. that chord. Then back to the 1, 5, 1, and then that's the top. So it's slightly crooked form. What I mean is, by going to the key of the 4 chord, we actually do kind of like modulate to the key of D for that B part. And it's a 1, 5, 1. It's the exact same melody, but transposed to the key of D 2 times, and then just 1 time back to the original key. And then the whole thing starts over. So, you're going to do fine, whether you know this one or not. And if you're a fiddle player, you know what to do. If you're a banjo player, there's always a fun roll you can make with this. It's not really that fiddly of a fiddle tune. So, in other words, it can be generalized into a roll pretty easily. And here we go. I'm going to kick it off. We're going to play it 2 times through. Me all the way through, then you all the way through, then me again, then you again, and then you're going to tag it at the end. Here we go. Fire in the Mountain, key of A. I'll kick it off. Okay, case in point, a tune that is really difficult for me to play at that tempo. It's not that it's technically difficult, it's that I'm used to just like being in this like flow, and I overthink it, you know, when it's that slow. So it's a great exercise. Honey, you don't know my mind. Okay, everybody, make sure you chime in on the comments. Let us know how you're doing, what you're playing, where you are, and I'll check in with everybody after this song, which I still don't have memorized. Sorry, guilty. Good old Jimmy Martin song, a very simple song, but I've got a little cheat sheet I'm going to be glancing at here. Honey, you don't know my mind. I'm lonesome all the time. And it goes. Let me find a tempo. We'll be right kind of where we were. And it goes in the key of A. 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5 and a 1. And this is one of those songs that we do those little pauses of 2 extra beats between the vocal phrases, but when we're picking it, we go right through those and we don't add the, so we even it out and play the more streamlined form through the breaks. So when we're playing breaks and kickoff, it's 4, 5 and a 5 and 1, straight through. So here's how I might kick it off. A 1, 2, 3. Okay, so something like that. It's got that sweet J.D. Crowe banjo. Down, 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 down. Very iconic lick in there. All right, Jimmy Martin. The self-proclaimed king of bluegrass, one of his big numbers, Honey, You Don't Know My Mind. And you are going to kick it off in the key of A. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, first verse. Honey, you don't know my mind. I'm lonesome all the time. You're born to lose, a drifter, that's me. You can travel for so long, but a rambler's heart goes wrong. Baby, you don't know my mind today. I got it. I heard the music of the rail, slapping every dirty old jail. And life's too short for you to worry me. When I find I can't win, I'll be checking out again. Baby, you don't know my mind today. Baby, you don't know my mind today. Short and sweet. Just like that. Okay, where am I? Turn off this click. I've got Lorena, the lovely guitar that was built for me by John Rossbach in Elkins, West Virginia. Been getting a lot of questions about Lorena here, and I have a message into John asking if he has a website yet. I don't know where to direct folks, but I'm so happy with this guitar. And she's still very green, very new. Only been playing her since about July. You know, here and there. I have other guitars I play as well. And this guitar doesn't have a pickup yet or anything, but she's so snappy and so nice. The strings are dead as can be right now, so you're hearing a little bit of thuddy on the low strings, but she's still punching out just fine. And I used this guitar on the Goat Canyon Trestle video, which was released today. Now, why did I use this guitar on that video? It's a loaded question. You're not going to know. It's my lightest guitar by far. This thing is feather light. And I have a carbon fiber case that's really lightweight. I took everything unnecessary out of it because I had to carry that thing 16 miles that day along with my backpack and my water and my other stuff. So Lorena here, the John Rossbach D18. She's modeled after a 1938 D18. That's the bracing and the design. Obviously, the appointments have a few particular differences, like a Gibson looking mustache headstock and things like that. Anyway, I love Lorena. She's here to stay. Okay, how's everyone doing? And YouTube, Sandy DeVera in Bakersfield picking the dobro for the slow jam. All right, good to see you, Sandy. Hello, Sage Helperman on the Helperman tune. Hello, Piney Woods, Mike Farley. Yes, it was out and back 16 miles. 8 miles out, 8 miles back. And we did all the filming along the way. It was a long day. It's really fun. Bruce Sargent in Orange, California. Hello. Bruce, first time at the live jam. Very cool. Host your own jam on Mondays at your house. Cool. Picking the banjo. I love that. I like having banjo players here. I tend to attract guitar players, you know, but I like to be an equal opportunity instrumental rainmaker, I guess you could say. And I love bringing people together. So Bruce, you know, you might find some other pickers in Orange County through the discussion here. I hope you do. Mike Farley, your first time as well, picking the guitar and the mandolin. Nice. In Western North Carolina. Thanks for being here, Mike. And Sandy, yeah, we did that on a phone. It was just me and my sister. And she's got an eye. She's a photographer. And we just took a bunch of takes of, I had a speaker because I had to play the track to sing along and play along and, of course, match up the fingers on the solo and all that. You know, I got a few of the bass runs. I didn't remember every single bass run I played the whole time, you know. So you know, if you watch the fretting hand close, you'll see that it's not exactly the same, but that's impossible. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I was so excited about it. And I'm a very caveman video editor. Some of the clips I had to like speed up or slow down and to make them fit and things like that. And we got the drone footage from Brad over at Kolob Canyons Ranch near Zion. Gave him credit on the video. Hello, William. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Sam I Jam is here. Woohoo! Andre Diamors in Fort Worth, Texas, picking the guitar. Thank you, Andre. Rich Johnson in Chicago, picking on the Epiphone DR400 acoustic. Awesome. Dodger Martin, one of my favorite names in YouTube. And picking a custom D18 ordered from the custom shop. A V-neck. Oh, cool. So like a real, like from the Martin custom shop? Nice. Yeah, the old school V-necks. I like those too. My old red, my old Martin has a V-shaped neck and it's pretty comfortable. Kristen Durley, first time joining from Yucaipa, California. Very cool, beginning mandolin player. Thanks for being here, Kristen. Y'all spread the word, tell your friends. Next week we'll be back on Monday. That's the usual night of the event. I had a gig on Monday with the Electric Waste Band, my old band here in San Diego where I grew up, and Hall of Fame inductees, Electric Waste Band, been playing Grateful Dead covers at Winston's on Monday nights since 1989. I was in it from about 96 till about 2001, 2002. Then I moved to Nashville. That's where I cut my teeth. So, and I had a podcast interview last night with the Roots Music Rambler. Very cool music podcast, interviewing me about the new upcoming album. So that was neat. So that's why we're here on Wednesday. Anyhow, next week it'll be Monday. I'll post set lists on Friday to my socials, and I'll make sure the website's updated also. I've been a little more diligent about updating my website, tylergrant.com, because not everyone is on the social media. I get that. And get your requests in. If you want me to actually see the request, email it or send it in a private message. The comments tend to get missed. Nicholas Hens in Brazil. Very cool. Thanks for being here. Nicholas Hans in Brazil. And Kat Osbin on the stand-up bass in Allens Park, Colorado. Very cool. Having some fun. And over here in Facebook land, we got lots of folks. Trudy Fagan. Hello, Trudy. Hello, Michelle Ruiz on your F-model Hindi mandolin in Edmonds, Washington. Cool. Thanks for checking out the new video for Goat Canyon Trestle. We're actually going to play the song in the next set, in the mid-tempo jam. And I did a video on my Artist Works page, on my Artist Works online school, kind of teaching the song by ear. So those of you who are participants of Artist Works Flat Picking Academy, you got a little bit of an upper hand there. But it's a fairly simple song. It goes by fast. We're going to be playing it slower than the performance on the album. Colin Burns, good morning from Yorkshire in England. Thanks, Colin. Usually the one who, among those who have traveled the farthest to be here tonight and up the latest. Jim Wilson picking the guitar in Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia. Very cool. John Kowaleski in Amherst, Mass. Picking on the old banjo. Very cool. And Trudy is in Rochester, New York. Awesome. Tony Cook is in Austin, picking the guitar and the bouzouki. Very nice. I don't know if I've probably told this joke before, but Tim O'Brien, I saw him on stage once, and he had his bouzouki, and a woman, someone asked, and he answered the question from the stage, "Yes, ma'am, this is a bouzouki. But when I go through airport security, I call it a mandolin." Okay, Daniel Parsons in Gaston, Oregon. Just retired, getting back at it. Awesome. It's a great way to make use of your retirement. I love working with adult pickers and folks who are professionals. A lot of the music camps that I participate in, that I teach at, like Augusta Bluegrass Week, Kaufman Camp, Rocky Grass Academy, things like that. It's nice to see folks who are retired professionals and really living out their dreams in music and supporting all of us pickers along the way by participating in our workshops and buying our albums. I love that. Jill Davis Barnes in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, picking out a new Guild P250E. Okay. Chuck Scarswain. I hope I got that right. Chuck in Mountain City, Tennessee, playing the guitar and the bass. Okay, great. Trudy is picking the fiddle and the mandolin in Rochester. Sean O'Connor picking the old guitar in Massachusetts. And Linda Ewing playing the ukulele in Laguna Beach. Cool, thanks y'all for being here. All right, we're going to keep it rolling. What's next? We got Footprints in the Snow. I'll be back in Colorado in a couple weeks. That's where I live most of the time. But I spend a lot of time here in Southern California in San Diego County, where I grew up in this old adobe hacienda that my great-grandparents built, and I love hanging with my mom and my sister and family here and soaking up the sunshine. So I'm going to do this to get myself ready to go back to the snow. It is still winter. We got a lot of winter left, right? So let's do Footprints in the Snow, and I'll find a click right about where we left off in the key of D. One and a one and one and a four. Five and five back to one. One and a one and one and a four. Five and a one. Chorus. One, something like that. Just trying to work some version of the melody for the kickoff. Okay, so now you're going to kick it off in the key of D, and we'll sing Footprints in the Snow. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Now some folks like the summertime when they can stroll about. Walking through the meadow green is pleasant, there's no doubt. Just give me the winter time when the snow's on the ground, for I found her when the snow lay on the ground. I traced her little footprints in the snow. Bless that happy day that Nellie lost her way, for I found her when the snow lay on the ground. I've got it. I stopped in to see her, it was a big round moon. Her mother said she just stepped out, be returning soon. I picked up her footsteps and I traced them in the snow. Lord, I found her when the snow lay on the ground. I traced her little footprints in the snow. Snow, Lord, God bless that happy day that Nellie lost her way, for I found her when the snow lay on the ground. Play. Last verse. Now she's up in heaven, she's with the angel band. Someday I'll go and see her in that promised land. Every time the snow falls, it brings back memories, for I found her when the snow lay on the ground. I traced her little footprints in the snow. Snow, Lord, God bless that happy day that Nellie lost her way, for I found her when the snow lay on the ground. Cool. So that's, kind of up there at the top of my range, and I really didn't have as much of a warm-up today as I'd hoped. So, thanks for bearing with me there on the shouty vocal. What else was I going to say? Oh, another announcement I need to make. Any of you who are around Denver, I've got an album release show on March 22nd at Swallow Hill Music. I'm really excited. I've never done my own show at Swallow Hill, and that's kind of the center for folk music and bluegrass in Denver, Colorado. So get tickets for that at my website, tylergrant.com, and tell your friends in Denver to come on down and check that out. I've got the band, most of the band who played with me on the album. And solid band, and we're going to be celebrating the album release. The album comes out to the public on the 28th of March. So this will be folks' first chance to actually get physical copies for themselves. Unless you pledge to the Kickstarter, I'll be mailing them out, hopefully before then, for all you Kickstarter backers. And I'm going to be in touch with you about, I have a lot of lessons to fulfill, those of you who helped me out on this Kickstarter. So I'm carving out some time to start reaching out to you about that. Okay. And music camps I'll be at this summer so far would be Augusta Bluegrass Week in July and Rocky Grass Academy. Rocky Grass is probably sold out. If it's gone on sale, it always sells out immediately. But Augusta Heritage Bluegrass Week in Elkins, West Virginia is my favorite event and the one that I've done the most. I've been teaching there since 2005. And you're definitely going to want to participate in that, make the pilgrimage to Elkins, West Virginia, and join us at Augusta Heritage Center Bluegrass Week. It's a pretty stout lineup. I think they're going to announce the lineup of instructors early next week. Okay, so let's see. We got Whoa Mule. This was a request. I've never played it ever. I just listened to it today. And it's in A. And it basically goes, it's a simple number. It has words. Some pick it as an instrumental. I'm actually going to sing a couple verses that I found just to help get it into our heads a little bit. It's kind of an unfamiliar number for me, but it's similar themes and has a lot of other songs. So we'll be in the key of A. And this is the one kind of like Listen to the Mockingbird, which is an old-timey tune that instrumentalists use as a platform to make animal noises, you know. So I don't know if I'll try any mule noises here or not, but you'll hear some versions that have a lot of that kind of stuff, little gimmicky things. But it basically goes in the key of A. 1 and 1, 1 and a 5, 1 and 4 and 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1, 1 and a 5, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 1. So how about this? I'll kick it off, and then I'll sing a verse. So we'll treat this like we do all the songs, but I'll kick it off just to kind of give you, I don't know, just to we'll do this like kind of like a hybrid between an instrumental and a vocal. So here we go. I'll kick us off on Whoa Mule Whoa in the key of A. Here we go. All strung up with twine, and the only song you could hear me sing, I wish that gal was mine. Whoa mule, whoa, whoa mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, my mule has gone away. Play it. sit her down to supper. Well, she got choked on a turkey leg and stuck her nose in the butter. Whoa, mule, whoa, whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now. My mule has gone away. I got your face is like a coffee pot, your nose is like a spout, your mouth is like a fireplace with all the ashes out. Whoa, mule, whoa, whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now. My mule has gone away. Take it home. Okay, so I'm nowhere close to owning that. That was actually the first time I ever tried to play it, so I'm sure there's some particulars that I'm missing. But I will try to spend a little more time on that one. Fun tune, and it looks like there's lots of cool versions out there. And this is in the public domain. It was originally recorded in 1924. I forgot the artist who recorded it. But a cool tune that's in sort of the old-time canon, but was made popular. I think this showed up in the Dillards, with the Dillards and in the Andy Griffith Show. So a lot of you might know this and have heard it. But anyway, thank you for the request. I'm sorry I forgot. There's a lot to keep track of in this old head of mine, so I'm sorry I forgot who exactly requested this. Let's do Down the Road in the key of B. This will be like Lester and Earl, except I add the little extra chorusy thing at the end where we sing down the road, got a little pretty girl down the road. I like to add that just to give us a little extra something to do. It works well. It's better as a sing-along that way for folks who don't know it well. And we're going to be in the key of B, so I'm capoing 4. That's just a guitar thing. So I can play it out of G position. You banjo players, I bet that's what you're doing too. And this is a great Earl Scruggs banjo part. And a good exercise for you banjo players to just play really solid. On the Lester and Earl recording, it's very... it's mid-tempo. It's just a nice bouncy little lope. And the idea is to get that banjo just really, really solid on the timing. So it goes 1, 1, 1, 6 minor, 1, 1 and a 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 6 minor, 1, 1 and a 5 and a 1. And then we're going to sing the little down the road, got a little pretty girl down the road, down the road, down the road, got a little pretty girl down the road. one time through with all your trail off licks. That's how you're going to kick it off, and that's how we'll take our breaks. And that's how we'll take it down the road. Key of B, kick us off. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That was fun. Old man Flat, he owned a farm. From the hog lot to the barn. Some good old-time country lyrics there. Okay, our last goodbye. This is one I'm still kind of learning, but a good song from Stanley Brothers in the key of B. And I've sourced the Johnson Mountain Boys version too, which is a little more drive-in in its tempo, but we're going to be right here. Right about where we left off, and then in about 12 minutes we'll be starting the mid-tempo jam, so we'll have time to do this song and then pause just for a few minutes and come on back for mid-tempo. Okay, at quarter till it's just going to pick up right where we left off, and we got to work those tempos as bluegrass players. Okay, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate your donations as always. It's very helpful for me, those of you who can afford to pitch in. You'll see the links on the description there. Venmo, PayPal. If you don't do Venmo or PayPal, just send me a message. I can give you my whatever, mailing address or other methods if you want to contribute. Okay, our last goodbye in the key of B goes, for the moon, 1 and 5 and a 1. There it is. If I'm kicking it off, I'm going to go 2, 3. Something like that. This button keeps exposing itself to my guitar. I try to roll up the right sleeve so the button doesn't scratch the guitar. Okay, here we go. Kick us off in the key of B on our last goodbye. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the nights are lonely here without you. All I see is grief and pain. For another's love you treasure, all our hopes now seem in vain. For I love you as no other. Now that would have a slowdown on it, but I couldn't get over to stop the clicking time. So that's normal here on the Play Along Jam. We're not really arrangement minded, right? We're more just playing the song, and you can work out arrangements with your own bands and your own jam groups. Okay, thanks so much, everybody. In 6 minutes, we'll be back for the mid-tempo jam. So refresh the page at the time, and I'll pop up with a new video at that point. Okay, appreciate the donations. Appreciate you watching the new video for Goat Canyon Trestle. And those of you in Denver, remember that album release show March 22nd at Swallow Hill. Okay, everyone, I'll see you in a few minutes.